Hey,
still
Hope's still
going.
talking.
Oh my god, Hope. Jesus.
So, Hope, do you want to tell us about how the sky is blue? How the
Why won't
desert
this
is
game
bland?
just-
Jova, I
And-
would even argue that considering how badly programmed this game is, I would question even the skybox is.
Oh my god, you're right, the sky's flickering.
Yeah. Makoto Shinkai would be very disappointed in you.
Yes.
Hey, look at that, guys. That cloud looks like a crushed Final Fantasy fan's dreams. Or is that just the entire game?
It's sad because even the first couple of dungeons, at least from what I've seen, of the 5th SCWRM game also have very simple skyboxes with no real development. I'm probably gonna show that when I record the game,
You
but
know,
still terrible.
It's weird. Has this trilogy gotten, a box set?
Not yet, actually. Not that I know, at least.
How odd, because take for example, my pre-order for Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition for Nintendo Switch came in the mail today, and it's in a box set. It has exclusive artwork and a soundtrack
Oh,
CD.
you mean there's a steel box? Yes.
You mean a special edition?
Yeah.
There is one, yes.
One that basically bundles all three.
There was some minor DLC, so a collector's edition was bound to happen. Not I mean a edition with all the DLC, but one that had pre-ordered DLC. Like I think it was Scout's costume, the one that you get it with the pre-order and the limited edition, quote unquote. I think. I don't remember if it was like the steel box, but probably.
Of course, nowadays we can easily get all the DLC included with the PC version.
Yeah. Even though, remember, Jova, the PC version online internally is terrible unless you're using the Durante fix. Anyway.
Let's make this worth it.
Yay!
Oh, that's right, I forgot Bane was with
Can you
us.
feel the excitement, guys?
It
No.
does not brighten up my day.
The only thing that can make this exciting, again, if we start making out, and I shouldn't ask for porn in a game like this.
Why not? I mean, Vanille herself was kind of porn in the first two
I'm
games.
sorry, Jova, I'm not really a fan of this kind of art style used for porn.
Well, who would be? You'd have to be
So
really...
basically,
Don't
So basically-
underestimate the internet, yes, Pedro?
you've officially reached the low, like the expectations low that Spoonie was at when he did his review of Final Fantasy VIII, where he literally turned to the Squall, I warn you, the off chance of seeing Quiz's naked is the only thing that keeps me playing this game. Do not mess this up.
Well, again, that's another missed opportunity.
It's Shiroi. Check this out. There's a female character in Final Fantasy VIII who's an 18-year-old teacher who
Yes.
uses a whip.
Yes, and if the FFVs go by, at least for me, she's actually very attractive. What does Squall has to say in the matter?
So as you can probably guess, Shiroi, anti-dojins and anti-fan artists immediately got to work on.
Yes.
I'm sure they
There's a
did.
place I want to check out.
So, is it actually canon, though?
It's got
No, remember, Jova. That's actually Reach. Basically, what happens is this game actually takes quite an entire dungeon to do this. Christie
Yes.
actually organizes a date with Squall, says meet me at the secret place in the gardens basically training ground. The training grounds of the Garden of Balamb actually has like a special area where students go there to flirt. Christie asks Squall to meet them there, and when they're there, after, mind you, you have to slaughter a couple of T-Rexes in the way, yes. They have these, Christie's, is this quote-unquote romantic conversation where she basically uses Squall as a vent pipe where she just vents her stresses as a teacher, and Squall doesn't give a single fuck for the entire time. Then she turns to him and says like, oh, you could actually have emote something because I'm talking to you. And his answer, I'm quoting, go talk to a wall then. That's what I want in a Final Fantasy game, don't I?
A sociopath. Anyway,
I'm talking too
Or
much
maybe
about
he's
that.
just
Go
being-
ahead, Pedro.
it's not even just that too. You forgot the best part. After that, Shira and Jova, she brings us she brings us to the secret area that she was talking about, all so that she can spew a tutorial on us.
Really? So, cock teasing with the
She
tutorial.
invites us on a. Could you imagine, Joe, if you went on a date with a woman, and the first thing she does when you get there is she starts tutorializing you on life?
Wow.
Tutorializing you on life. I think that's what your parents are for.
Yeah. I mean, you know, when you go on a date, the only thing you expect to be tutorialized on is what to do in bed. And that's assuming that you've gotten that far in a relationship.
I think Spoonie's joke said it best. Quistis, you are really ruining the mood for me.
I'm guessing that they never actually do it, do they?
No.
No.
Jova,
Quistis is a fucking cock tease, Jova.
Not just that, Jova. What if I told you that
Remember
after
Noah.
that, Quistis' contribution to the entire plot is practically gone?
Oh, that's right. Hold on.
she does
There's a
want
dungeon
minor
going
things.
on.
Oh,
Maybe
sorry,
I should
sorry.
explain how this
Yeah, the
dungeon
class
works.
thing. Go ahead.
Basically, there's doors. There's two types of doors in this dungeon: the red doors and the blue doors.
If
The
you go
blue
into
doors
the
are
red door, you will then wake up in the real world. If you take the blue door, then you will end up back into the Matrix.
Can we take the blue pill to get out of this game?
Please.
Anyway, the blue doors are open during the first half of the day, so from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. I think.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. And
The
the
red
other
doors
half,
on
and,
the other
and the red
half.
doors are open during the second half of the day, which means. Well, actually, no, never mind. Never mind. I'm thinking of a different game. Let me start over. Basically, every time an in-game hour passes, the red doors close and the blue ones close. Then another in-game hour passes and the blue doors close again and the red doors open. And it's this pattern every time an hour passes.
How long
in
does
the
an
clock, I
in-game
think.
hour take?
About
15 minutes, I think.
no.
No,
That's way shorter than that.
That's Majora's Mask. I keep confusing.
No. It's probably like 3 minutes, I guess, as long as you don't use chrono stages.
So is there
Yeah,
a way to
true.
speed things up so that you can just open the
5
door
minutes
easily?
tops. I haven't really counted how long it is.
I'll check the wiki to be sure.
Anyway, yeah. The point is, basically, you're constantly depending on the time of the clock to complete this dungeon. If you barrel into, however, don't worry, it's not that much of a problem. If you barrel into a door that's closed, just wait till it opens and then use chrono stages again. That's it, basically.
So essentially, though, if you
It could be a good idea for a dungeon Zelda style, but it's just squandered by the gameplay itself.
my question is this: what's even the point aside from wasting your time? I mean, I go.
None, Jova, but as we've all learned, Motomo Toriyama loves to waste our time.
I mean, if you want to do something like this, then have there be environmental changes. Like, you know, I can't believe I'm saying this, but even the drop timer from Kingdom Hearts 3D was more intuitive in it. Yeah, that thing was annoying as all hell, but at least it had some sense of purpose and actually fit in with the narrative here and there. And, you know, you actually could do some interesting things on the rare occasions that it would work in your favor. But here, though, it's like nothing even really changes aside from a door opening. What? I mean,
Alright,
how
so-
sad and
sorry.
lazy do you have to be to have that be the only thing that changes? A door opening. And it's not like it even takes long, you just have to stand there for a few minutes.
Go ahead,
Alright.
Teo, sorry.
Quoting the wiki, an in-game day lasts 1 real-time hour. Thus, an in-game hour is 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and 1 in-game minute is 2.5 seconds. A lightning dies for 3 minutes in real time, 1 hour and 10 minutes in the game will automatically pause. If the player wishes to advance time, they can spend 500 gil at the inn to rest until a
Yeah.
specified hour, blah blah blah. Alright.
So, oh, you just bum rushed that guy.
Yeah, and I skipped the battle because those battles with the eaters take so long that from this point on, I'm just gonna be skipping them because goddamn it, I'm
So
so
Well, it
tired.
makes sense.
So did you edit it out, or did you actually skip it
I edited
in-game?
it out. Didn't you notice the jump cut?
Oh, yeah. It's just like, oh, you did it so well because it looked exactly like how this game uses its fade in and fade out thing. So you just made me realize that this game is equivalent to Movie
brain
Maker.
Is my brain is melding with this game's logic. Well, actually, Jova, no, I used the actual Elgato editing thingy, not the.
So what are you supposed
not
to do
Movie
with
Maker.
these?
Regardless, I mean, you just showed that you could be a game
you just
developer
touched
for
it.
this game,
Okay.
apparently. At the very least, one who programs in the transitions, because that
Jova,
felt so
Jova,
much like
I'm
one of the transitions.
Jova, I'm pretty sure if we get an entire room of retarded monkeys, they can produce a better game than this.
True.
It's all Shakespeare.
Hey, look at the bright side. Maybe if we get
no, not,
No, no,
notice
I've heard
I said
that plenty of times.
no. But notice, guys, I added my own flavor to it. Retarded monkeys. That's how low it is. Like, I mean, it's one thing to have monkeys that maybe some of them are smart, and all of them are retarded, and yet they can still make a better game. That's how low we've got.
Look at the bright side, guys. Maybe they'll give us Ape Escape 4 while they're at it.
Perish the thought, Jova.
Alright, moving on. So, Fang, are you actually going to do something?
Are those skeletons gonna even attack us? They
Alright,
seem to
here's-
not
Statues
be.
that you can break.
Alright, so here's the big sacred gate that we have to go through to beat the boss and find the clavis.
However,
Cutscene.
oh, it just opened. Okay.
It looks like you've reached your destination.
No, please don't tell me that there's something we need to get.
Yes, there is something we need to get. Well, Jova, if we could just go buy this with no cost, this dungeon would be like, what, 2 minutes long?
Okay, fair enough, but see, this sort of stuff needs to be done smartly.
Yeah,
I'll just
considering
sum
the
it up.
game actually encourages you to do things faster as you can.
It wants me to come in and
Yeah, I
see
mean,
it.
this is...
I get it.
Yeah,
Well, Jova, I will give it credit.
Apologize to it, Lightning. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. It worked 2 games ago. Anyway, well, I will give it credit. Even though we have once again to do a fucking fetch quest in order to open this fucking thing. For every item we get, we will finally explain the lore of the 13 universe without the use of a law. We're actually going to explain the lore in a cutscene.
huh.
And it's the third game of the series. A bit too late for that, aren't you, Toriyama?
Well,
But as
okay.
that, remember, Jova, remember, Pedro, they don't even explain everything anyway.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay. So basically, using a fetch quest as an excuse to get some cutscenes and lore, okay, that's actually not a bad idea. Shame it took
You know,
them
it's just
this...
similar.
You
Sorry,
know,
finish your thought. Go ahead.
It's just a shame it took them this long to actually get that intuitive.
You know what's interesting?
Yeah?
Yeah.
What?
Nino Kuni 2 actually does something similar, in the sense that there's a librarian who I'll be playing, who, in order to provide you access to the book, so you can, you know, study the lore of the work, because Roland wants to learn more about the world, so you can familiarize himself better with it. She's a quirky, she's a quirky Akihiro Ino character, so obviously she wants us to do something for her before we, and she does send us on basically getting free things for her. But what's interesting, it's not lore. Well, the lore is when we actually get to the library, but in order to get to the library, you have to get these free things for her. However, for each of the free things we get for her, we get some extra tutorials on the gameplay mechanics that we haven't gotten yet. So each of those specific items that we're getting still gives us some kind of a purpose that moves not the plot forward necessarily, but the gameplay forward, in the sense that we're going to learn more gameplay mechanics in the process of getting these items.
Sounds
So
like
there's
a nice touch.
so we're still making progress while technically keeping the plot paused. This one, however, like Joe pointed out, this is just the game. Oh, go get more shit.
Like, the only reason I'm even surprised pleasantly is because it's actually not a stupid thing to actually, you know, at the very least, you know, if you're gonna have us do a fetch quest, then yes, give us some flavor to it. The problem is that this is the bare minimum, and they should have realized this stuff by now.
Not to mention, we get some great comments on part because you know how I like to make every old lady in Layton a perverted old lady.
Oh,
Of
like
course.
every old lady everywhere.
That's just the thing, Joe. That's just the thing, Teo. This librarian character, she actually is a perverted old lady.
And she's in charge of a library where kids come all the time.
Beep,
No.
beep, beep.
Well, I'm gonna
Joe.
assume because it's the Layton universe, I'm gonna assume it's university students she's dealing with.
Or maybe,
Remember,
wait.
We're talking about Nino Kuni 2, so.
Hold on.
Okay.
But maybe it's canon to the Layton universe, so what if it's Rosetta Stone, but older?
You know what's interesting? Okay, no, you're right. There's literally
I mean, I thought it was Layton. I didn't hear you say Yunokuni. Sorry.
No, I'm not even kidding, guys. There's literally a scene where Evan gives her one of the items, and she's like, nice boy, good boy, beautiful boy, and she literally goes, and then we see Evan going like, while she's saying this.
Oh God.
Back away, small child.
Yes, avert thine eyes.
Call the police, Evan. You're the ruler.
So what
Yeah,
are
exactly.
you
And
supposed to
I am
get?
the prince.
So what am I supposed to get? Because in order to actually get out of the actual.
Well, remember, Teo, we only got 2 of the free tablets that we need to get the free keys to open the door.
It is even. This padding is even worse than the one in Darksiders 2.
Again, remember, Teo, Stick of Truth made fun of this kind of shit.
Yeah.
You need to get the bronze key so that you can get the brass key, so that you can get the silver key so that you can get the golden key so you can open the boss door.
But remember, this is the game, okay?
Alright, so now we
Also, there's an Afro cactus there.
There we go. That cactair, yes, cactair, that's his name. It's a cactuar with an afro. Don't ask. This cactair is holding the final fragment of Dajh's soul. Why?
Because
How?
he has an afro.
Because it's like
Is the afro the fragment? Actually, Dajh has an afro, so I guess it
Yeah, it
makes
runs in the
sense.
family. Well, Jova, here's the thing. Ever since the first 13, this trilogy had some weird running gags with the cactuar type of enemy. The first game, you get a weird side quest that actually, due to Sal's kind of competence, not bumbling in a sense, but he fumbles around a bit, you have to fight one of the giant cactuars. And it's a very annoying enemy, by the way.
Looks like it should be pronounced cactair.
Hold on. In 13.2, you get a very weird type of cactuars, and here now you have this. So I guess Toriyama had a sense of humor with the cactuar enemies. I don't know.
The cactair is annoying as all hell.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because the only way you're going to be able to beat this thing is by staggering it, and it can take quite a while to fill his stagger wave, because the cactair never stops moving, and it requires a shit ton of spells, and so basically overuse the shit out of the overclock ability. It's the only chance you've got.
How lovely.
Doesn't it have any particular mental? Oh no, I can see that you're dealing only 1 damage anyway, so it's only 4.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. The Fang is fucking useless.
No, I mean, even with Pandara, you're doing just 1 damage, because he has relatively low HP, because that's kind of what the cactuars are in the 13.
He has 1,000 HP.
They have low HP, but a lot of defense.
Well, and there you go, Terry. We exterminated at least 1 species.
How dare you,
Cactar lives matter.
You're a monster.
Cactar lives matter.
Again, it looks like it should be pronounced cactair.
Go away! I don't like you. Go away. Shoot.
You started this wild goose chase.
Spray some bug spray.
Wild goose chase.
Wild
That
goose
was
chase.
so
How's it a wild goose
I
chase,
felt
Lightning?
sorry
We
for
literally
really.
got what we
You
needed.
should know how he feels, wanting to be reunited with the last bit of family he has.
Oh my god, this
Huh,
is so
an allegory.
bad.
How lovely.
Sarah, huh?
So badly done.
Exactly.
And now the
There
game's
was
spelling it out
nothing.
for us like we're
I'm
dumb.
afraid that a coffer of souls
It's
will-
Like
That's
Toriyama with a megaphone shouting in my ears.
Remember, Jova, like, because he didn't explain a goddamn thing to us in the first game, now he thinks we're all too stupid to understand his brilliant vision, so now he's gone to the other extreme.
Also, what's this about Lightning all of a sudden needing to find a way to save Sarah herself? Like, isn't part of the whole reason we're even doing this in the first place because Boonaville's
Yeah.
promised that he'd bring Sarah back? Like, why does Lightning all of a sudden need to find her own way?
Because
Well, they're trying to go for this plot, Jova, where she's slowly starting to lose confidence in God's word. The problem is that, again, in classic 13 fashion, it's horribly conveyed.
yeah.
And
Not to mention the fact that...
Leave Megami Tensei this type of plot, please.
Not to mention the fact that, okay, maybe if Boonaville was doing suspicious stuff to raise her suspicions, I'd agree, but Lightning, Boonaville is giving you the opportunity to rescue everyone you know and care for, and your reward will be that Sarah is safe. Like, I mean... what exactly is there to be suspicious about? And regardless of that, do you even have any other choices at the moment? Like, you're literally caught in limbo. Like,
No, my guess is Jova. Toriyama had a brief moment of clarity where he went, "Oh, that's right. The theme of this franchise was supposed to be defying your destiny."
but her destiny here
I
is to...
forgot that part.
Here's the thing, though. Her destiny is to save...
Everyone apparently did, Shiro.
Here's the problem, though. Her destiny in this game is to save people. How is that a bad thing? Like,
Don't know.
why do we all of a sudden not want her to save all these
Sorry,
people?
Lightning, but I am the boss and all.
Your guess is as good as mine,
Waltzing off
Jova.
and leaving
Yeah,
the
we
dead
know. All
When you
bang
come back,
the area
I'll find
because
you
you
again.
can't come with us. Blah 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 blah.
Well, to be fair, I've heard worse in-game excuses why we can't bring that party member to other
It's just
places.
more so the sentiment behind it that's
it's
annoying.
The same as Legend of Mana having the characters, not going with you after you get back to your home.
All right, back to Luxurion.
Yay!
Yes, we've already seen that fucking same trainer. How many times do we need to see that train arrive? You could just skip that after the
Wow,
first time we see it.
Maybe
Come on.
Makoto Shinkai really does get into this stuff. Trains are
Nah.
around.
I don't even like
Okay.
trains.
No, Jova, no. Even Shinkai at his worst is still better.
Oh, don't worry. I'm
I
not
would
comparing
agree.
him. I'm not comparing
I mean,
him
Guardian
to
of Words
anything.
was terrible, but at least it was laughably terrible. This is just boring. That ending was laughable. Like it was literally like the movie literally turned into a soap opera. It was amazing.
Yeah,
I think Jova reacted very well to it.
I did.
Like it. Anyway, watch our commentary.
we're
Listen
back
to our
here-
commentary if you want to know more, everybody. Anyway, basically actually, what am I? Hold on, let me see if I can conjure up the
are
morsels
you
of memory
actually
I have.
prepared to confront Snow now? I guess.
Actually, Theo, this is Luxurion, please.
I keep confusing
What's
with
the
two
difference?
cities.
And you are ashamed to Final Fantasy wiki writers. You mistook Luxurion for Yuznan.
Pardon
Go
me
to-
if I just
go to-
leave the junk data where it belongs.
Wow, when even Tio's not well versed, you know something's wrong.
More like Jova, consider when it comes to this game, I get to the bare minimum, but that's it.
There's literally
See,
a
the thing is-
street called Blessed
Jova, he
Stroll.
completed it, but he never actually played this one, so yeah.
He decided to keep some of his dignity anyway.
I love
Not
that
just
it's
that,
literally...
again, it was mostly for my console, I didn't want my PS3 to be tainted with this.
Wow, does every
That's
air...
what the delete button is.
Okay,
At
does...
this point, I have no purpose in trying to prevent infestation because I downloaded fragment to both my PS3 and PS4. So at this point, the infestation is irreversible.
And I already have Detroit, so I'm starting the infestation as well.
Good
Joy.
lord, I mean, there's so many subtitles for these places. North Station Plaza,
So
the Blessed
basically, what
Stroll...
you're telling me is that if I had never found Fairfence out, and you would have actually gotten from your Steam wish list like you were supposed to at one point, you would have figured out how horrible the game is on your own, and then you would burn your computer to the ground.
Probably.
Devil on the tracks. She smiles impishly at me with a face so like my sister's, but it's a cruel expression that I never saw on Sarah's face.
Oh, okay, I just remembered, Theo. The reason I went to Luxurion is because if I went straight to use none, it would waste more time on the clock. That's...
Oh, okay.
So now Lightning is basically thinking, why does Lumina look, and yet you look like my sister, yet act so unlike her?
Alright, what we're gonna do now is... Okay, we're gonna do a side quest.
Yay.
Hawker's Row.
Remember that music satchel I got a couple parts back? Now it's gonna come into play.
Glutton's quarter.
This is actually one of the side quests that I do think is worth showing off because of the don't get me wrong, it's still bad, but the way it is bad is interesting, at least.
Road to War. Like, seriously, almost every area in these places has a name for it, like the Avenue.
know.
I mean, it's nice that you're trying to give them a sense so that we can recognize them, but, nothing really stands out visually about these places. Like, literally. One of them is literally called Blessed Stroll.
Already found 4 soul fragments.
Wait, what's Saz doing here?
There's just one more.
Well, remember, he's looking for the soul fragments.
So who's watching Dajh?
Well, Dajh is unconscious, so I guess that counts as he's.
Well, I
Well,
forgot
our
this-
track
wasn't
record
the
is
goal-
often that Dajh gets kidnapped
Not
when
just that, also wasn't the shack where Sad had a Dajh on his bed without a door?
and you know, in the middle of the wild where there's some pretty vile beasts.
And lately, it's only been getting worse.
Well, Jova, I guess Saz is not as good of a father as we thought he was.
No, he is a good father. I will not let Toriyama ruin his name in vain. I mean, it's just like, oh,
If it wasn't already ruined enough by them.
Saz, you've been mourning what's going on with your son, and yet you're. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's nice to see that Saz is up and all about, but that's a hat. Can we see who's wearing it?
It's a white mage outfit.
Even though the white mages do not have that hat, they actually have a hood, but whatever.
Not just that, but she's supposed to be an alchemist. Alchemists are not supposed to wear a
Also,
white mage
Isan,
outfit.
what are you doing?
Remember, they
know.
dragged, and this trilogy literally brought every famous voice actor under the sun into it.
Just for a 2 seconds line.
Okay, we have all these NPCs. Are we gonna get
Oh
like?
wow,
you
they
know,
actually react to
newcom-
lightning being here.
Okay, we have all these NPCs that are all fully voiced. Are we gonna get like newcomer voice actors so they can get some experience and they get to show off their stuff and it will be a nice thing on their resume? No, let's get Sam Riegel, Wendy
Pierre
Lee,
Thornton, Travis Willingham.
Steve Blum.
Yeah.
all these people who could be doing so much better things in proper roles, and now they're doing all these NPCs that don't actually matter.
I guess the console. I actually haven't checked in a while. I wonder if actually some of these voice actors kinda take some minor jabs, doing some of a session in D&D.
Wouldn't
I
surprise
don't
me.
know, Teo.
I
I
know
don't think.
contracts and shit that they can't talk publicly.
No, not everybody is Idea Factory.
I can tell you're pretty upset. Want to tell me?
Anyway, there you go.
What good would that do? You can't teach me how to sing.
Hi, I just came from the set of Eyes Wide Shut.
My voice
I
is
wish I
just
was watching
gone.
Eyes Wide
I
Shut.
can't hold a note anymore.
Sure.
You know, why don't you drink some water with lemon in it? That tends to help the voice.
Cruel bastard, he left me.
Oh, that's why you can't sing. Heartbreak.
You don't
There you go.
That's,
to perform, do you?
Her songwriter is actually also her lover, and because he dumped her, I
Oh,
guess.
he wrote her best hits too,
Nothing
apparently.
but his songs behind. I tried to sing them, but I'm so
And that's the thing, Joe, that once you hear their best hit that supposedly was written by him, it's going to completely be... It's going to attempt to be meta, but at the same time it raises a lot of stupid questions that don't make any sense.
Don't you
Just wish I
see?
was playing at what playing I was watching Coco instead.
Of course I don't understand it all, don't you see? I'm kind of supposed to be emotionless like
Remember
that.
me,
Yeah, Pedro, the movie does
so
fuck
I
me, sorry.
have to
Forget
say
about me.
goodbye. Hey, Java, remember me.
Oh wait,
Have you seen
has you
Coco?
not seen that movie yet,
Have you
Shiroi?
seen Coco, Shiroi?
Me if he does fall
No.
for me.
Oh.
That song.
You should, it's awesome.
It's
absolutely wonderful.
Tear your
It
hair out
is.
and claw your eyes. Do I make myself
Anyway.
clear? Anyway,
Fun fact, the
you're
songwriters
creepy.
fun fact, the songwriter, the Lopez couple, the songwriters of Winnie the Pooh 2011 and Frozen,
Has really
did the
got
songs
much
for that
of a
movie.
lead, but I'm willing to help you out.
Okay.
Why were we focusing on that guy all of a
Oh,
sudden?
remember, he's the songwriter we're looking for.
Hey,
Oh, how
I just
convenient.
want to talk.
I don't know any Olga.
Dude,
You're wearing a
asshole,
mask.
It doesn't take a genius to figure out you know her.
These
Game.
NPCs, man.
Like,
Can you please go an entire part without
Oh, I can't.
collapsing on me?
Also, lady.
I just can't. I have to confess it to someone, and it might as well
His name
be
is
you.
Birdie.
I'm her lost lover.
No.
is this your idea of a joke?
I love how that woman in the background was walking and she
Yeah.
went and she bumped into the sofa and then she changed direction.
She had to think for a second before changing direction.
Hey, you know, I've seen something like that happen in Disney Magic Kingdom, which is a mobile game.
Song I wrote for her.
Wait a minute. Did
And a
you
much
say
better game than this at that.
354?
So yeah, the basic gist of it is that he lost the music their music satchel.
And
where
that's
all
why he
the
broke
songs-
up with her?
Ideas come
Yeah.
easy.
However, if you remember correctly, we did find that music satchel, so we can just finish the quest. So we can just finish the quest right here and now.
Better to be lucky
Handy.
than good,
Yes,
I
sir.
guess.
but a dark cloud has blotted out the sun of our radiant
I wish I was playing Dark Cloud right now.
Long story short, just show me the music and that will bring back my inspiration and we can be back together again.
Hey Jova, we need to put the band back
Why don't
together.
you spell it out for
Yeah.
me, just to be sure?
I wish it was. This game makes me wish I was watching something else. So it's clearly a sign. Oh jeez.
You and Olga, neither of you mind asking strangers for favors, do you?
Well, I mean, they are. They're JRPG NPCs. It kind of comes with the territory.
Okay, that was one tiny clever bout of writing there.
Thank you.
I don't know, Jova.
Oh my god, they're talking over each other.
I don't know, Jova. There have been plenty of comedic JRPGs that have done that line, that kind of joke better, honestly.
Clever for this game, Pedro.
I guess.
Holy shit.
Be still, my beating heart.
We're not even seeing them together. We're just looking at
Just
lightning.
Jova
you
told
see
my
what you-
favorite rap. Just pretend we're there.
Wait, hold on. What's even that sound?
Why?
Oh, she,
Why?
I guess
the
she
game
beat
is
him
going
up.
ape shit.
Oh, it was very clever of me to ask for your help. Thank you for bringing Birdie back safe and sound.
So I could kill him
Artists are
myself.
cursed with sensitive souls and our hearts are
Oh
easily
god, you're
wounded.
one of those pretentious things where, oh, us artists, we have to suffer because people don't understand our artistic
In any
magic.
case, I owe you a favor. Olga shall sing for you.
And
No,
now she's
please.
speaking in the third
Or so
person.
I'm told.
How would you
Sure,
know
why
my
not?
favorite song?
It's not a bad song. It has its moments.
Is it the theme
There
of
to
this
the sublime
game?
melodies that Birdie writes.
Is he really as good as you say he is?
In bed
Absolutely.
or on the
Of course, I'd never
piano?
tell him that. His head is already big enough as it is. Now
Yep,
I have a song to
I'm just
sing
gonna
for an
chalk that
audience
up
of
to
one.
a
I
sexual
hope you
joke
feel
there.
grateful.
Oh boy,
This
here
is
we
a
go.
very, very rare treat.
All right. So
Normally, I
so what
only
song is
sing for
actually
your
their
paying
biggest
audience,
hit?
And I assure you, tickets to
see.
my shows are not cheap.
My hands?
Thanks, but tell me one thing.
No.
How do you know
Remember,
that?
Jova,
we need
that's
the key to
that's
license that shit.
that song is licensed, Jova, and we
Yeah.
kind of ran out of that
Now,
license.
Evans,
Wouldn't that
if
be
you
funny
would.
though? Who's Evans?
Don't
There
know.
we go. And there we go. Let's listen to it then.
All right.
Seriously, who
I
the heck
can't
is
see
this guy?
shit.
Whatever.
Sorry, Theo. The lighting engine crapped out again.
A promising opening.
Really?
Pretentious
Yeah,
piano, yeah, I know.
Really? Sarah's theme from 13-2?
Oh,
how
that's
does this
where I
re-
heard this from.
How does this relate to them? And so you're telling me that Birdie wrote the main theme of the 13-2?
This reminds me of
Makes
how.
sense, he's a shitty composer.
This reminds me of how.
I don't know, Theo. I kind of like Sarah's theme. That's like one of the few tracks in 13-2 that I do enjoy.
This reminds me of that joke in Ace Attorney, where it turns out that certain characters actually write their own theme music, like "Look at me."
Also, Pedro, remember that theme actually plays during her death scene at the end of the game.
So it's supposed to
True.
be symbolic.
True, but
it's
I never said that there were shitty versions. There weren't shitty versions. I like the piano version of it. that
Oh my
plays in the
god!
for example.
Oh my god! Hope literally just said it's Sarah's song. Wait, hold on. Wait. So you're saying
Because
that?
he needed to state the obvious
Wait,
once more.
hold on. So let me get this
Just in
straight.
case you didn't get the, reference. Yeah.
So wait, hold on. So Sarah's song actually already existed in this universe? Like, how, what?
You figured that one. Yes.
Joe, but
It's
you
just
can-
it's just like how in the Double Dragon movie, there's a Double Dragon arcade. It's like
So, but for the sake of the audience, let's explain a bit how it works. Forgot what the specific term is. There are two types of sounds when it comes to video game. One that's actually in universe, and one that's out. The one that's out is the one that you hear, like the music in the background, and one that's in is, for example, the sound
I
that a
think
character
it's
makes when
called-
jumping.
I think the technical term is diegetic. Yeah, I'm not
Meta.
sure.
Yeah. They talk about it in a video about Super Mario Odyssey somewhere else. But I digressing. I'll explain more in another time.
The main
See you
point
for
is
the
that
next
it doesn't
part.
make sense.
Yeah.
See ya.
Gee, something in this game that doesn't make any sense. That's new. Anyway, see you for the next part, everybody.